Have you ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels? You're doing all the right things, but you're still stuck. Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down an incredible energetic blueprint designed to shift you from that feeling of stagnation right into a state of flow and attract abundance in ways you might not even expect. So let's dive right in.
First things first, I want to give a huge shout out where it's due. This entire breakdown is thanks to an amazing summary put together by Oshri from the Learning from the Best channel. She pulled all these incredible insights from a 2020 lecture by Daria Orion. And get this, Oshri said she's watched it dozens of times. It was that powerful. So a big thanks to both of them for sharing this knowledge.
Right. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do we actually open that door? How do we go from feeling stuck in a rut to being in that effortless state of flow where amazing things just seem to find you? That's exactly what we're going to map out today. Okay, let's get into step one. The whole journey, believe it or not, starts with your physical body. The source material is super clear about this. You can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? Same thing with your life. You have to start by building a strong base in your first 3 chakras. You can think of them as the energy centers that are like the engine room for your safety, creativity, and your personal power. And look, this is not just about thinking positive thoughts. This is about tangible physical work. We're talking about moving your body, even if it's just 10 minutes of yoga. It's about getting massages, cleaning up your diet, using breathing techniques like pranayama to actually get your energy moving. The key idea here is you have to build a strong container first, before the universe can pour all that abundance into it. So, once you start building up that physical energy, you've got to give it somewhere to go. This leads us to the next absolutely critical step. We have to tackle what the source calls the worst kind of karma. And what is that? It's simply the energy of being stuck. Stagnation. You see, stagnation is so much more than just having a routine. It's an energetic roadblock. I mean, think about it. The same job for 20 years, the same style of clothes, the same 2 restaurants. When there's no new energy coming in, it's like a river that's been dammed up. Nothing new can flow into your life. You're just stuck. And here is the brilliant part, the solution. The way to fight stagnation isn't some massive, life-changing event. Nope, it's all about small, consistent changes. Seriously, take a different route to work tomorrow. Try a new coffee shop on Saturday. Each tiny little change is like punching a small hole in that energetic dam, and it gets the flow started again. Okay, so you've started cracking the dam, the energy is finally moving, but now what? You can't just let it splash around aimlessly. This brings us to the next crucial piece of the puzzle. You have to give that energy a direction, and that direction has to come from your truest, most authentic self. Now, this is the deep work. This is about really understanding who you are at your core. The source suggests things like astrology to figure out your primary elements. Are you fiery and passionate or more earthy and grounded? The key is to then let that inner truth show on the outside. Let it come through in your style, your creative projects. Basically, make your outside world match your inside world. And this right here, this is the real secret sauce. This quote says it all. Abundance doesn't come from chasing a job just because it pays well. It comes when you line up with your true purpose and you start sharing your unique gifts with the world. When you do that, it's like the universe literally starts clearing a path for you. Okay, so you're doing the work, you're finding your purpose. But to really master this whole thing, it really helps to understand some of the underlying rules of the game. The cosmic laws that are quietly running in the background. So what is the deal with the number 30? Well, according to the teachings in our source material, this age is a massive energetic turning point. It's a huge deal in our karmic journey. And this timeline really breaks it down. The idea is that before you turn 30, you're mostly dealing with the karma you were born with. But after 30, boom, the game totally changes. You start living out the karma you've created in this life. It's a profound shift, and it explains why you see some people just blossom in their 30s, while others really start to struggle. Your life, and even how you look, starts to be a direct reflection of the work you've put in. All right, finally, let's talk about clearing the last few hurdles. Because even if you're on the absolute right path, there are still a few blockages that can stop that flow of abundance dead in its tracks, and we have to deal with them head on. So what are these things? What are these blockages? Well, the source points to several key energy drains that we have got to patch up if we want to keep that momentum going. The source gives us 3 really clear, actionable steps.
Number one is kind of obvious. Stop the habits that are physically and energetically draining you. Number two, protect your energy. You have to create some distance from those negative people. You know who I'm talking about, the energy vampires. And number three, and this is so crucial, you have to actively cultivate compassion and love and let go of all that judgment and jealousy.
But why is that last one so important? Well, here's the thing. The universe is not going to hand over massive resources and power to someone who's just going to use it to become more arrogant or negative. Developing those positive traits like compassion and love, it isn't just a nice thing to do. It's actually a prerequisite for being able to handle true abundance.
So, as we wrap this up, let's bring it all the way back to that simple, powerful idea we started with, breaking stagnation. So, I'll just leave you with this one question. Looking at everything we've talked about, what is one small, simple change you can make in your life starting today?
Thank you so much for hanging out and exploring this with me. And one final massive thank you to Oshri for preparing this incredible summary, and of course to Daria Orion for sharing these teachings in the first place. The journey to abundance really does start with one small step. Keep learning and keep growing.